Thank you, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the City of Bettendorf City Council meeting. Today is Tuesday, June 6, 2023 at 7 o'clock p.m. Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Adamson.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Connors.
Here.
Nauman.
Here.
Sexer.
Here.
Baden.
Here.
Palczynski.
Here.
Thank you all for joining us this evening. Now, if you could all please rise, remove any caps or headdresses you may have, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation given by Ellen Ross, the Executive Director of the Jewish Federation of the Quad Cities. Will remain standing, please, for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Ross, please.
Let us pray. Prayer for our country. Our God and God of our ancestors, with mercy accept our prayer on behalf of our country and its government. Pour out your blessing upon this land, upon its inhabitants, upon its leaders, its judges, officers, and officials who faithfully devote themselves to the need of the public. Help them understand the rules of justice you have decreed, so that peace and security, happiness and freedom will never depart from our land. Adonai, God whose spirit is in all creatures, we pray that your spirit be awakened within all the inhabitants of our land. Uproot from our heart hatred and malice, jealousy and strife, plant love and companionship, peace and friendship among the many peoples and faiths who dwell in our nation. Grant us the knowledge to judge justly, the wisdom to act with compassion, and the understanding and courage to root out poverty from our land. May it be your will that our land be a blessing to all who dwell on earth, and may you cause all peoples to dwell in friendship and freedom. Speedily fulfill the vision of your prophets. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. For all of them, from the least of them to the greatest, shall know me. And let us say, Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Ellen. Wonderful to see you. All right, we have a recognition tonight. The Bettendorf High School speech and debate team has done some awesome work and won state titles. Thank you again to council and to our department heads who have graciously allowed me to bring champions to City Hall to hold them up in front of their peers and the folks in our community, for they have those skills and traits to be champions which will serve them well in whatever community they serve after high school, and at least these folks happen to be in high school. So with that, we'll welcome Charlie Silver, McKaylee Wilson, Max Rentia, and Heather Leone. Is it Leone or Leone? Leone. Heath, to the center over here. I'll come meet you. I know we've got some others who are not here tonight. Where are you, man? Please excuse me. Come on up over here. Right over here. Joseph Rankin, come on up. This is our coach, language arts teacher at the high school. Mr. Rankin, how are you? Good. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Congratulations, you guys. Welcome. Nice to see you again. Welcome. Congratulations. So we got a couple things to celebrate here with these state champions. These students have been asked to attend tonight's meeting because they were the 10 national qualifiers. The first place in Division 1A East District National Speech and Debate Association NSDA tournament, and they're attending the national tournament in Phoenix, Arizona this June. And the Iowa Forensic League state champion. So we've got a whole lot of cool stuff to celebrate, and I'll go through the rest of the names. But again, national qualifiers, first place in the Iowa East District National Speech and Debate Association NSDA tournament. We had Avery Callahan and Keith Leone in dual interpretation. Chris Edwards in informative speaking. Kata, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Fernandez for original story. Ava Holmes for Senate. Haley Koch for humorous interpretation. Jason Lynn for informative speaking. Max Rentia, United States extemporaneous speaking. Charlie Silver, United States extemporaneous speaking. And McKaylee Wilson, program oral interpretation. So let's give them all a round of applause. Forensic League State Tournament at Simpson College. And Max Rentia earned a state championship in U.S. extemporaneous speaking. Max, way to go. Before you, Max, we do have a little crystal for you. In recognition of Bettendorf High School's Max Rentia, speech and debate team member, first place finish U.S. extemporaneous speaking 2023 Iowa Forensic League State Tournament. Congratulations.
Our own extemporaneous
Awesome.
speaker.
Do you have anything to say? Extemporaneously.
I've done enough speaking. I'm all right.
If I give you a topic in 2 minutes, would that make you feel better?
Depends on the topic.
Did you have a list of topics or things that they might ask you for your extemporaneous speaking?
You don't want to extemporate around with 2 minutes, and Brad won't be honest.
I'll put this back in here for you.
That's what we do every week.
All right, I'll get you this. All right, so the rest of the speech and debate team, another piece of glass blast crystal in recognition of the Bettendorf High School, and all of your names are listed. First place finish in the NSDA East Iowa District Tournament. Congratulations to the rest of you. Who wants to hold that? Sneak over here with me. Let's do this. We can all get in this one. What the heck? You're part of it. Come on. Can you get us all?
I can.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody want to talk? Would you like to say a few words, Coach?
Yeah, I just say that it's an honor working with the students. It's a privilege to work with some of the best and brightest, and this is a difficult thing. I've had one of the biggest things I've ever had from a student who told me about his experience with the team was he felt like he graduated from this team more than he did Bettendorf High School because this was something that really challenged him. He was used to being, I'm not trying to put words in my mouth, but some of the kids end up being 4.0 students and all those kind of things, and that's really a good accomplishment. Nothing to downplay that at all, but they're really challenged when they go outside and they're not just competing against the best in the MAC conference. I mean, we're literally leaving on Saturday to go to Phoenix, Arizona to compete against not only the best in America high schools, but there's going to be some schools from Taiwan, there's going to be some schools from Eastern Europe, there's going to be some schools from around the world. And that level of competition is not something you get to see every day. That's what a national organization like the NSDA is all about, and I think it's a good opportunity for them to test their mettle.
Good luck. Best of luck. Go get him. Okay? Best of luck. Let's take these.
I did tell Mr. Rankin that I'd make him a new one.
All right. Another round of applause. Good job. Very good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right, the next item on tonight's agenda is public requests of council. The public is welcome to make a request of council on any item not already on the agenda tonight for a public hearing. Please limit your comments to 2 minutes. Try not to be repetitive. And please refrain from outbursts like clapping or yelling. Please be respectful with your comments. So the only public hearings we have are on some transit money. If you want to be heard on the Devil's Glen and Forest Grove Drive project or on the southwest corner of Devil's Glen Road and Forest Grove Drive, you will have to be heard at public requests of council. We'd like to hear from you. Who's here for public requests of council tonight? Anybody? Okay. We'll close public request of council. We're going to move to our first public hearing. This is with regard to 5307 financial assistance for transit money. Brian.
Thank you, Your Honor. FTA requires the city to have a public hearing prior to the submittal of a grant application to receive 5307 funds. This helps us offset our operations costs, capital, and preventative maintenance and planning for our transit system.
Any questions for Brian before the public hearing? This is something we do every year. Okay, Michelle, did we publish notice of this public hearing?
Yes, we did, Your Honor, and I do have affidavit of publication.
Did we receive any written correspondence with regard to this item?
No, we did not.
Let's open the public hearing with regard to the 5307 financial assistance for Federal Transit Administration funds. Anybody here wish to be heard on this item? Let's close the public hearing and move to the resolution. Councilmember Sexer, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have a resolution approving the fiscal year 2023 application for Federal Transit Administration Section 5307 financial assistance. I move approval of the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Lisa, anything to share?
Nope.
Anybody else? No, sir. Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Connors,
Aye.
Nauman.
Aye.
Sexer,
Aye.
Baden.
Aye.
Pazinski.
Aye.
Adamson.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
All right, Brian, we have unanimously passed the 5307. Can we move to 5310, please, sir?
Thank you, Your Honor. Very similar to 5307. We have to hold a public hearing prior to submittal of a grant application. These funds help offset our ADA complementary services for our transit system that RBT currently provides.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Brian on this portion of the federal transit request? Michelle, did we publish notice of this public hearing?
Yes, we did, Your Honor, and I do have affidavit of publication.
Did we receive any written correspondence with regard to the same?
No, we did not.
Let's open the public hearing on 5310, financial assistance. Anybody wish to be heard? All right, let's close that public hearing. Councilmember Palzinski, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have resolution approving the fiscal year 2023 application for Federal Transit Administration Section 5310 financial assistance. I move approval of this resolution. Second.
Discussion, please. Hearing none, Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Connors,
Aye.
Nauman.
Aye.
Sexer,
Aye.
Baden.
Aye.
Palzinski.
Aye.
Adamson.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
All right, we move to a resolution with regard to a supplemental agreement for a couple of task orders. Brian, can you give us a little information here, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Task order number 2 includes additional funding for construction administration and construction staking and administrative services for the Phase 4 project. This is the section that is actually east of the Middle Road and Forest Grove intersection. And that it also includes a lot of coordination with the FG 80 development that's just north of there. Task order 3 is proposed, is a new one because it includes the design of, preliminary design of the pedestrian bridge that will cross over Middle Road between the two properties. But it also includes the recreational trail design and layout, construction layout for the recreational trails for the from Forest Grove Road from the FG 80 site out to Forest Grove Elementary School. The recreational trail from the Forest Grove development to Hopewell, TBK Bank over to the FG 80 sites, as well as the pedestrian bridge.
So these aren't change orders to a current contract. They're looking forward in new task orders.
That is correct, sir.
Thank you. Any questions for Brian?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. This is for Councilmember Baden, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have a resolution approving the supplemental agreement for task order number 2 and approving task order number 3 for the Forest Grove Drive reconstruction project with HDR Engineering. I move approval of the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion on these two? Part of the plan to get some of this work done out there. Very exciting. Okay, Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Connors,
Aye.
Nauman.
Aye.
Sexer,
Aye.
Baden.
Aye.
Palzinski.
Aye.
Adamson.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
All right. We have a new resolution on Oracle America. Very exciting. Councilmember Adamson, I don't know why we picked you since you're so savvy with computers, but maybe that's why. I love you, man.
I have trouble pronouncing some of the words, so. Thank you, Your Honor. I have a resolution authorizing staff to enter into a contract with Oracle America Incorporated for the implementation and cloud services subscription related to the NetSuite for Government ERP system. I move approval of the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion here, other than to thank everybody once again, department heads, financial staff, and Jason Shatter, Finance Director? Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Connors,
Aye.
Nauman.
Aye.
Sexer.
Aye.
Baden.
Aye.
Palzinski.
Aye.
Adamson.
Aye.
Brown.
Get on the
Aye.
phone. Call them. Let's get started. All right, a second reading for Councilmember Nauman.
Thank you, Your Honor. In case number 23-013, I have the second reading of an ordinance approving the future land use amendment for the property generally located at the southwest corner of Devil's Glen Road and Forest Grove Drive, open space and parks to UMI Urban Medium Intensity. I move approval of the ordinance at this second reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, Michelle, please call the roll.
Connors?
Aye.
Nauman?
Aye.
Sexer?
Aye.
Baden?
Aye.
Palczynski?
Aye.
Adamson?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
All right, our second of 8 second readings goes to Councilmember Palczynski, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. In case number 23-021, I have the second reading of an ordinance approving the future land use amendment for property generally located at the southwest corner of Devil's Glen and Forest Grove Road, or Forest Grove Drive, open space and parks to ULI Urban Low Intensity. I move approval of the ordinance at its second reading.
Second.
Any discussion here? Michelle, please call the roll.
Connors?
Aye.
Nauman?
Aye.
Sexer?
Aye.
Baden?
Aye.
Palczynski?
Aye.
Adamson?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
All right, we're halfway through those second readings on Devil's Glen and Forest Grove Road. Councilmember Connors, can you help us with the third?
Thank you, Your Honor. In case number 23-014, I have the second reading of an ordinance amending the Bettendorf, Iowa zone map for property generally located at the southwest corner of Devil's Glen Road and Forest Grove Drive, C1 Neighborhood Commercial District to C2 Community Commercial District. I move approval of the ordinance at its second reading.
Second. Stereo seconds all over the place today.
Sexer?
Sexer and Adamson. We're going to go to the
Give it to Jerry.
instant replay so we can listen to see who got it first.
I
Any
concede.
discussion?
I concede.
Oh, such a gentleman. Okay, Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Connors?
Aye.
Nauman?
Aye.
Sexer?
Aye.
Baden?
Aye.
Palczynski?
Aye.
Adamson?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Let's wrap up our second readings on Devil's Glen and Forest Grove. Councilmember Sexer.
Thank you, Your Honor. In case 23-017, I have the second reading of an ordinance amending the Bettendorf, Iowa zone map for property generally located at the southwest corner of Devil's Glen Road and Forest Grove Drive, C1 Neighborhood Commercial District to R1 Single Family Residence District. I move approval of the ordinance at its second reading.
Second.
It's a competition now. Any discussion? Michelle, can you please call the roll?
Connors?
Aye.
Nauman?
Aye.
Sexer?
Aye.
Baden?
Aye.
Palczynski?
Aye.
Adamson?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
We move to the southwest corner of Devil's Glen and Forest Grove Drive for 4 more second readings. Councilmember Baden, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. In case number 23-022, I have the second reading of an ordinance amending the Bettendorf, Iowa zone map for property generally located at the southwest corner of Devil's Glen Road and Forest Grove Drive, C1 Neighborhood Commercial District to C2 Community Commercial District. I move approval of the ordinance as a second reading.
Second.
Any discussion here? Michelle, please call the roll.
Connors?
Aye.
Nauman?
Aye.
Sexer?
Aye.
Baden?
Aye.
Palczynski?
Aye.
Adamson?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Councilmember Adamson, you're up.
Thank you, Your Honor. In case number 23-023, I have the second reading of an ordinance amending the Bettendorf, Iowa zone map for property generally located at the southwest corner of Devil's Glen Road and Forest Grove Drive, C1 Neighborhood Commercial District to R3 Mixed Residential District. I move approval of the ordinance at its second reading.
Second.
Discussion from anyone on this item? Michelle, please call the roll.
Connors?
Aye.
Nauman?
Aye.
Sexer?
Aye.
Baden?
Aye.
Palczynski?
Aye.
Adamson?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Councilmember Nauman, can you help us with this second reading?
Thank you, Your Honor. In case number 23-024, I have the second reading of an ordinance amending the Bettendorf, Iowa zone map for property generally located at the southwest corner of Devil's Glen Road and Forest Grove Drive, R1 Single Family Residence District to C1 Neighborhood Commercial District. I move approval of the ordinance at the second reading.
Second.
Any discussion on this item? Okay, Michelle, let's call the roll, please.
Connors,
Aye.
Nauman,
Aye.
Sexer,
Aye.
Baden,
Aye.
Palzinski,
Aye.
Adamson,
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
All right, all 8 of those second readings were unanimously approved. We move to our consent agenda, and before we do, did I get one? I marked it off, but I didn't go to it? All right, thank you both. Councilmember Connors, I wasn't trying to shortchange you, my friend. You're up.
Thank you, Your Honor. In case number 23-018, I have the second reading of an ordinance amending the Bettendorf, Iowa zone map for 5019 Hopewell Avenue, Lot 1, Hopewell Farm, First Edition, A1 Agricultural Urban Reserve District to R3 Mixed Residential District. I move the approval of the ordinance at its second reading.
Second.
Any discussion here? Yes, Councilmember Nauman?
Thank you, Your Honor. To avoid any perceived conflict of interest on this item, my employer may be building for the church. I would like to recuse myself from any discussion or the vote on this item number 19.
Thank you, sir. Understandable. Any other discussion? All right, Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Connors,
Aye.
Nauman,
Recuse.
Sexer,
Aye.
Baden,
Aye.
Palzinski,
Aye.
Adamson,
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Now, we have unanimously passed all 8 of those items. Before we do our consent agenda vote, Andrew Sickling is with us. Can you stand up? Andrew is being appointed at item S to our Human Rights Commission, and he got to meet council, but some of the department heads he may not have met. So thank you very much, Andrew, for stepping up. We appreciate your service to this community.
When you're 80, you're done.
And we move to our consent agenda. Can I entertain a motion to approve the same?
So moved.
Second. Are there any singular items that any council member would like to discuss on the consent agenda this evening? We had the opportunity to ask questions yesterday and there were none, so I assume we're okay, but I want to make sure. All right, no discussion on consent. Michelle, please call the roll.
Connors,
Aye.
Nauman,
Aye.
Sexer,
Aye.
Baden,
Aye.
Palzinski,
Aye.
Adamson,
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
We unanimously approved the consent agenda. At this time, it's time to adjourn. Can I entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We stand adjourned. Good work, people.